Road to Apologetics 2021. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you've had a good Christmas and I hope you're ready for this new year, even though we are starting it in lockdown. Get your Bibles and your cup of tea or coffee and we'll get straight into today's word. Over Christmas and into the new year, I've been reading John chapter 1 to 3. And there's so many things in there because it's obviously about the incarnation of God, Jesus Christ coming into the world. But it's also introduces us to the disciples. It's great theology because it's about being born again of the Spirit, about John the Baptist introducing Jesus and how some couple of his disciples started to follow Jesus instead of John. And John declares that I'm not the Christ, but he is coming, that he's the Lamb of God that takes away the sin of the world, and he is the one to follow. And so Andrew, and I believe it's John, who follows Jesus, and Andrew finds his brother Simon, who he knows Peter, and introduces Jesus to him, and Philip introduces Nathanael to Jesus. And then we have the wedding, and they all go to the wedding, and Jesus performs his first miracle, which is turning water into the wine. And Jesus lets the bridegroom at the wedding take credit for his miracle, but this is the first of his signs that he did. In the Gospel of John, they are called signs. John, he backs up these signs with great speeches of Jesus. Also, there's a time Nicodemus comes to Jesus by night. Now Nicodemus is a leading Pharisee, he's part of the Sanhedrin, and he comes to Jesus at night so that he doesn't get caught up by his fellow Pharisees who want nothing to do with Jesus and anyone have anything to do with him either, because they see him as a blasphemer, they see him as false, and he's a trouble causer. But Nicodemus comes to Jesus at night and confesses that he believes that the signs he's doing proves he's from God. And Jesus says to him, you must be born again. And if it's true that he, a religious leader, must be born again, it's true of you too. You must be born again. You're born of water and of the Spirit. And when you come to Christ, the Spirit of God comes within you and empowers you to live the Christian life. In the Gospel of John, John never refers to himself as John. When he says John, he's always referring to John the Baptist because he calls himself the disciple Jesus loved. And that's how all he refers him to. He keeps very humble. When he's talking about John, he's talking about John the Baptist. We must let go of ourselves and our own ways and that, and deny ourselves, take up our cross daily and follow him and obey him. And so that there's less of us and more of him in our lives. In the book of Acts, we hear that the people were first called Christians in Antioch because they were behaving like Christ. And so it was a compliment. In some ways, some people saw it as a derogatory remark, oh, they're just following Jesus, to call them Christians in a mocking sense. But others were saying that, well, it was obvious that they'd been with Jesus. They thought, well, these are doing miracles just like Jesus was. And so they called them Christians. I would recommend to you all to read chapters 1 to 3 of John and read them several times over and really get the feel of the gospel. I hope you got a study Bible over Christmas or you plan to get one, because they're very useful because you look up all cross references and all the parallel passages. That's Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. They're more in parallel. But John's quite different because it's very much about the deity of Christ. Although all the others are about the deity of Christ, but it's more about the things he was saying and things he was doing. But John goes much deeper because he was the closest of all the disciples to Jesus, or before he died and rose again, that is. So he was a close fellow, and he had he showed a very intimate picture of Jesus, but also of his deity, very deep into things like saying the I am sayings, which I am the bread of life, I am the resurrection and the life, I am the way, the truth, and the life, I am the door, I am the good shepherd, and the Father and I are one. No one comes to the Father except through me. And there's so many sayings, and they're very deep. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. Things that offended many disciples, and some walked away. But don't you be one that walks away, because his words are profound truth. They are spirit and they are life, as John said. And he is the life. He existed from the beginning, and he is the agent through which everything was created. Some episodes this year I hope to go deeper into John. What I plan to do this year is to go through the book of John, 3 chapters at a time, really look into everything that's been said here, so we can go deeper into the book of John. And obviously we will look at other things as well. I will see you soon for another episode, and we'll go into John 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And let's unpack that and have a look at it. I was reading yesterday about humanists saying how man made God, but that's not true. God made man. It says in Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let us make them male and female. God made man. Man didn't make God, because if man made God, he would make him imperfect, and people make their own idea of what God is like to suit their feelings, their sexuality, for this and that, and lots of different things, and their worldview, just to suit their way. So they'll say things like, "Oh, there is no hell because God's too loving to send everyone to hell," and such. But God is just, and he doesn't want people to go to hell. He wants to come to a knowledge of salvation. But he has to have a hell because he is just and fair, and because he has made a way of salvation in Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll go into things like this future episodes. So I'll see you soon. Take care and goodbye. God bless. Goodbye.